when there's a death within more, how can I say, a white area, then there's investigations and there's people coming out. But in Mitchell's Plain, we have every week more than 3 people that are gunned down. We have innocent children that are killed, but then even with that, we don't have the resources. You will phone and the police are always too late.
They don't look at us as persons. We are only there good enough for them when it's voting times. Our votes are good enough for them, but we are not good enough to live amongst them here.
White South Africans remain in the centre, in the leafy green areas, in the areas that aren't going to be flooded, in areas where it's not a dust bowl like where I live, grassy park, but no grass.
It creates a kind of a sense of kind of like injustice, like things are a little bit unfair. Our public transport system is completely overburdened, and so the trains are always full, the trains are always delayed. All kinds of issues with the buses, with the taxis.
I went to some friends in Ndadna, opened their taps and the water was normal. Went to Camps Bay, Sea Point, same thing, normal water flow, you know. I went to some friends in Elsie's, triple. I go home to Bella, drips.
I walk into a restaurant and then I get looks like, why are you here? And it's not supposed to be that way. It's 2018 and I must still feel like, oh my gosh, I don't belong in Ob's cafe. Oh my gosh, I don't belong here.
We went to a Thai restaurant in Cliff Street. Anand and I went about 10 days ago. And there we were, and we were the only people who were not white. But then you look at the menu and the prices. So there are different ways, and we can debate as to whether it's designed that way, but there are very different ways to keep many people out of a particular area or away from a particular spot.
I hate First Thursdays. I call it Worst Thursdays.
It certainly feels like there's way more white people here, just in terms of how much space they take up, just in terms of how big their land is.
Like when I'm doing a gig in Camps Bay, and I have to tell my manager, can you please make sure that the bouncer knows what time to expect me, because I don't want to have any issues there.
And that's why it's like, why are coloured people not holding the City of Cape Town or the DA responsible for development in coloured areas if they kept them in power since?
Apartheid is gone, but the market is ensuring that white privilege flourishes, right?
We even have to ask, is the Cape Town city centre actually the centre of the city? No, it's not. If you were to probably have a guess and look from the top, centre of the city would probably be in the nexus in between Athlone, Langa and Pylands.
We are on the verge of being evicted, and we are fighting this eviction. Not fighting the eviction as such, fighting the place that the city wants to throw us at. They want to move us, to relocate us to a place called Wolverine, which is in the middle of nowhere.
So it's an extension of apartheid spatial planning. So people are still being forcibly removed, maybe not in the same way that they were, but people are still being moved from their areas where they've lived on racial lines, because it's also on economic lines.
Expropriate the land and use it for communal purposes. Let people come and live in town. The rich and the poor can certainly live next door to each other.
People say Cape Town's so cliquey, Cape Town's this, Cape Town's that. I don't see it, and I feel like that's my truth because I choose not to see it. And maybe it's because of the color of my skin. It's because I am so light.
Maybe if I was white, the city would work for me. But because I'm coloured, and because I'm still living in the conditions that apartheid placed my ancestors in, placed my family in, the city doesn't work for me.
People should realize that the problem that they're dealing with in their neighborhood is not just affecting them, and it's not specifically because they're coloured and the government doesn't care. The government actually doesn't care about a broader range of people, and it's about class, because the market works the way in which it works.
Struggles in cities all over the world, like here, is about struggle for access to power, access to proper service delivery, and for the city to belong to us all.